Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on Hunchback of Notre Dame 2. Now, as you know, Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, or as it's also known as The Secret of the Bell, is a 2000 animated film and was meant to be a direct-to-video sequel to the 1996 film Hunchback of Notre Dame. And pretty much the premise of the film is meant to take place 6 years after the events of the first film, where we've seen now how Paris has managed to properly recover after the death of Jean-Claude Frollo. We see that Quasimodo is now accepted in society and kind of now living his life to what it should have been. We also see how Phoebus has now got his job back as captain of the guards under a new minister, and we also see how him and Esmeralda are now married and have a 5-year-old son known as Zephyr. Now, pretty much after a circus comes into town, we see how Quasimodo is smitten by a young girl who works there known as Madeline. Now, Madeline's character, I would say, is just thrown in to be the new love interest for Quasimodo. And there was a reason why this film got made, because people felt bad that Quasimodo didn't get the girlfriend, which, understandable, but I think him being accepted into Paris society actually works, because even though he didn't get the girl, he got the acceptance he wanted. So pretty much we are also introduced to the villain known as Sarouche. Now, Sarouche's character is meant to be this over-top, flamboyant leader of the circus, and is voiced by Michael McKean. And I think he does a decent job as the villain. I think giving him the role of Sarouche does work, but I think Sarouche's character doesn't hold a candle to Jean-Claude Frollo, because Frollo was self-aware. Frollo was willing to cross lines that he wasn't going to come back from. Well, Sarouche is just thrown in to be a villain, to be kind of thrown in for evil reasons. And when you kind of find out why Madeline's working for him, this feels more like a reason to sort of make him a counterpart to Frollo, which doesn't work. And really, they could have done this much better. And if you want to check out a much better idea for Madeline, check out the YouTuber Razor Blades. Now, of course, Madeline's job is kind of to find out about a bell known as La Fidèle, which is meant to be used for a festival known as the Day of Love. And we kind of see how, as soon as Madeline and Quasimodo get to know each other, it kind of goes into this lovey-dovey, kind of Heartbreak Kid-like story. And I feel, given the fact they're young adults, it should have been a bit more grounded. It feels more like something a high school kid wrote. And it doesn't really work, because when you got adult characters falling in love, it can actually work if done carefully. And I kind of feel when you've got the songs, some of them are just crap. I think the only song I liked was the song Ordinary Miracle, because one, it's like us as a person wanting to find that special person, that one person we want to sort of be there for us and kind of do that. And yeah, it actually works, because we all have that one person we want something to work out with or be there for someone. And yeah, it is the only good song that I like. And I kind of feel when Phoebus is kind of in the right to point out the circus, everyone is quick to point the finger at him, even though in the first film, Phoebus was meant to be against Frollo's intentions. And I think Phoebus being a bit more cautious is understandable. It's like that, you're trying to make a point, but everyone is quick to point the finger at you. And I feel like there was no real need to do a sequel, because one, everything ended on a good note on the first one. Quasimodo was accepted by Paris society. He finally got the respect he wanted. And yeah, this does bring back a good portion of the original cast, which I do give some credit for. But I just think there was no need to do a sequel. Everything was over by the end of it. And I just feel by the end of it, the second one is just boring, not interesting, and just copies scenes from the first film, like Quasimodo showing Madeline the view from a tower, much like the first film, him showing Esmeralda. And yeah, it just almost copies the same film. So I think it deserves a thumbs down. Not great, not the best, just really unoriginal. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.